Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the Jade Gemini. This evening I am super excited to bring you a review of this guy right here. This is the Big Idea Design bolt action pin baseline. And so with this review I'm going to be talking about what I like, what I love, what I dislike, and if it applies, what is rubbish about this pin right here. Kind of something interesting to get out of the way with this particular pin though. I feel I must divulge that with this company, I kind of have it coming into this review a little bit of a possible negative bias that I'll try and check out the door. I previously made a Big Idea Designs dual side action click pin, and I made some statements that it felt plasticky, and someone with the name of one of the owners and the profile picture of one of the owners commented and said you should know your information to a T and you should delete this video or at least somehow edit or correct it because you're putting false information out there. I kind of felt at the time that although I can understand this is your product and this is your passion, slamming reviewers because I said it felt like plastic and it felt thin and more like a Bic pen that had a titanium sleeve on it and not like a full solid piece of strong titanium. It kind of put me off from the brand. But at my heart, I felt like the brand is really clever, has some good people behind it, and I felt like I really wanted to give them another chance. I felt like they were a good brand at heart. And again, I don't even know if this is one of the owners or just a troll. So here we are. I bought this with my own money and was actually really excited when this came out. So with all that out of the way, let's jump right in, have some fun. First, we're going to go and get some size comparisons out of the way with some standard EDC items. The first one that I'm actually going to show you is the Para 3, an amazing size that everybody knows, or has either had in their hand or owns when it comes to EDC products. So this is the Para 3 open, Para 3 closed. Next, we're going to show another sort of more common option, and this is the 93mm Victorinox Swiss Army knife. This one is actually a Dutch Army knife, but Victorinox all the same. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and compare it with some other pins. This is my beloved Tie 2 bolt liner, and it is a... What is going on here? That's really annoying. So this is a Parker sized pin as well, and you can see it's basically identical, just quite a bit thinner, but a little tiny bit longer with the pin itself. And this is the Parker insert on the inside. So you can kind of get an idea of what's in here with the insert refill. Lastly, I'm going to show you is a Bic stick, or at least, I got to fix that off camera. Bic stick, or at least what is essentially the correct size. This is a titanium flytanium sleeve, but this is essentially the exact size of a Bic stick without the cap. So you get the kind of idea of the size of this guy. So with all that out of the way, let's go and jump right in. So the first thing that I do like about this pin is I like its overall design, right? It has some really, really cool things going on with it, right? Some attention to detail stuff, but before you jump into those attention to details, it looks a little bit more simple, and I mean that in a loving way, right? You have some very utilitarian rings that are cut in to add for grip, right? You have a pocket clip. You have an easy to access bolt to the right of that pocket clip. So you pull it out of the pocket, rotate it up, and are able to actuate the action here. Comes down to a nice fine point that you can visually see comes into this, so you can easily kind of see and reference what you're writing. To be honest, not really going to talk too much more about what I like, because I love this pen so freaking much. To be honest, this is my favorite pen. Cool. You can end the review. No, please don't. Wow, there's a lot to love about this pen. So the first thing is this price, this idea that they've been able to boil down and kind of shave off some things to be able to bring a more attractive price point of something like we can all get behind, with things getting more and more expensive. So about $70, you get a pen that is made out of good, solid titanium, is a bolt action, right? Has titanium all over, and a solid tie as well through the whole entire thing, right? Really, really nice. But it's not just, hey, a titanium pen and its Parker insert, and that's it, right? That's another thing to love, is that this does take my favorite insert, Parker. Very easy to find, 100 different types of refills on the inside of this guy. Absolutely love that. But again, there's a lot of really, really good engineering that goes into this, and improvements over what the complaints were on that OG video I did a long time ago. One of the biggest things I love is this pocket clip. On the old one, I felt like it was like a non-hardened, soft pocket clip that you could push and it would bend to this side, then push and it would stick on bent on this side. This is like hardened and bent, and it does not move at all. It has amazing retention, the perfect style of clip that easily rides over the pocket, and this has no sway movement back to back. I love my bolt liner, but it has over 2 years of use, has sort of wiggle and play. It's secure, right? But it's kind of loose here and loosey-goosey there. Again, amazing pen, and is really lightweight, which is cool, and strong titanium. But this is just like so strong, and it looks pretty nice over time. Has the nice tie here, has the little nice pop of the Big Idea design emblem on the outside. So nothing that's really too showy or brand show off with this, right? You could see everything they're doing here, right? The other great thing is, you know, with this, it looks like one solid piece, and I really mean that. There's more expensive pins that you twirl and you see them sort of lopsided. This ring, this ring, this ring, this is the ring that actually opens up and is the cap, while the rest right here are all just grips that have been milled into this cylinder-shaped titanium cap, and it is, you cannot see at all. Like, how do they do that for a baseline? The other thing that's really, really great here is they did include really tight threads with no play, and O-ring so it doesn't back off at all. As well, you also get this sort of section in here that doesn't have any threads, so it actually helps stabilize as it's going into the pin cap to not strip it or get cockeyed. Just really, really well thought out engineering. You also, again, have this sort of double step down. For some reason, it reminds me of an airplane, which I always love, where it has a slight angle from the straight here, and then another angle that reduces down. It's just sort of thick and meaty, but also the perfect size, not too thick or chunky like I've had with certain pens, right? Get a spring, easily comes out. I have one of my favorite inserts here, the Parker Gel Medium. On here, you also have, on the inside, you have let me get this guy screwed together, sorry. So on the inside, you actually have a bronze, I believe, or brass, but I think it's bronze, sort of barrel, system in here. And what that does is this actually adds natural lubrication. Tie on tie doesn't work great, right? As I found out with some of like the tactile turn stuff. But with this, you've got brass, and not only does it look good with the two-tone, but it also has just remained so smooth. That's the other thing. Perfect action here, right? Like with this, I love this. But you sort of have to fight it and sort of come down and around and everything like this with this particular design. I really got to get this thing fixed. But with this, it's this little tiny J. So it's all about business. You pull it down to the side, right? And it has the smallest little detent right there, just enough to hold it. It's never ever, when I've even written fast or pushed on it or did anything like that, it's never ever came undone. But there is no pushing down, or like with certain ones like really freaking weird and clunky. This you just barely push and it pops. It is the perfect design for a bolt action to be fun, fidgetable, enjoyable, but also a utilitarian tool. Like, hey, pull this out of my pocket, get to business, write something, back in the pocket, right? Super easy. Also, perfect shape, back pocket carry on the right-hand side, never popped out, right? Never came loose, great retention, easily gets over thicker jeans, perfectly slides in there. Yeah, and the other cool thing is you can take the top off here with a simple screw, no weird stuff. Change it to the other side for a lefty, right? You have the pin over here, left hand, can easily get ambidextrous and fun experience as well. So you're not getting anything that's lackluster. And if you did bend the clip, you could easily unscrew this, flip it over, screw it in, bend it the right way. Everything is maintenanceable at home. Amazing. Just perfect. Perfect size, perfect length, not too short, perfect action, perfect clip, great design. I think a pedigree brand that people are going to know, right? And be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, you know what's kind of going on there. I mean, yeah. Another cool thing, engineering, they actually put a little O-ring, black O-ring in here. So this doesn't like just freely spin off like certain pins that I have had in the past from manufacturers that never, the tie liner, but other ones. This was coming free, but not like I was going to lose it coming free, right? I ended up Loctating it. I'll never take this out, and that might be dumb, but for me, it just, I'll never need to take this off, in my opinion, right? The mechanism, the spring is down here, and this just is going to wear in beautifully. But yeah, really awesome that they do include an O-ring to stop that from backing out. Again, just more engineering goodness that I love from this pin. Now, there are some things that are acknowledgments. I wouldn't even say that they are dislikes, right, about this product. So it's called the baseline. And when you get it, you can see, like, in here, there's some, like, inconsistencies where, like, when they were satining it, it sort of goes, right, like that. Or, like, in the pin, when you turn it, there's, like, a flat spot down here where it's, like, right? And like right here, you can kind of tell like this is going one way, and it's like the satin's going a different way right there, like right there. Who cares? It's the baseline. Like this is the reason you're saving money, right? It's not a perfect nth of a precision. They've doubled down on everything. And here's the thing. This is a long-term review. I've had this for like 2, 3, maybe 4 months. It has a scratch right here, has some sort of weird spot where it's rubbed from sitting in my pants right here, another spot right here, and it looks damn good getting these spots and this love and this wear and tear over time, and it's going to get damaged. So why pay extra for something to look pretty for a temporary amount of time for it to get messed up anyways when you can just save money, get an amazing engineered pin, boom, let's get into the action. A tool that's going to last you a lifetime. I love this pin. Period. There's nothing that's rubbish about this either. Yeah, right? There's no like extra parts to lose. There's just the spring. Like with this, as much as I love it, you can see something's in a bind here. I had to install a little O-ring by itself. There's this weird secondary O-ring here to like adapt with things. Again, amazing pin. I just had to get it in the barrel, that's all. See, this didn't come with an O-ring, and it would back off all the time. I had to buy one from a tactile turn. But, like, just different, but just a little bit more like you can't push down or sort of drag around, right? Great pin. I'm not taking anything away from this. I'm so glad I own this. But I think just for the reason why this is just remained in the pocket is because it's not only fun, but it's like so usable you don't even have to think. Boom, you've just written what you need to write. So, in short, came into this with a little bit of a squabble, a little bit of a past experience, possibly with one of the founders of the company. Again, not claiming that against him, right? I don't know that that's him at all. He knows if that's him or not, or if he's not like, yeah, that wasn't me. I'm just going to go drink a cup of coffee. Peace. Thanks for the review. That's good. But regardless of that, right, I don't show for any brand, and I also don't try to hold any grudges either, because this is the best darn pen, period, ever that I've ever had. I love it. Of course, there's Grimsmos and everything, but for a like when you're thinking about, hey, I want something that's going to last. I want something that's going to look nice. That's titanium. I want to not spend a lot of money. It's going to get worn out, right? It's going to get dropped. It's going to, whatever. Boom. Boom. Like perfect, right? Looks like one solid piece. Boom. Amazing. Wow. So anyways, yeah, that's the review. This is one of the shortest reviews because I really haven't had to say anything, but this is amazing. So if you've been thinking about this pen, but like baseline, do I not go with the baseline? Do I go with the more? Just get this. You're going to be so happy. Did I say I love this pen? Anyways, all fun out aside, I really appreciate you hanging in there as I've made this review. Blasted through this here, had a lot of fun. I've been so excited to get this one finally out on paper. So, or not on paper, you know what I mean, make a video, jeez. So anyways, if you like this review, please go and give a like, as well as subscribe if you like this kind of content, or EDC content, flashlights, knives, pins, other stuff. That was the video right before this. And so lots of other cool stuff, and always coming on the way. Of course, I appreciate you taking time and watching my video when I'm blabbing and flabbergasted about an amazing pen. Oh, of course, the best hobby watches. Of course, that's another thing, a review. But all that out of the way, again, thank you so much for taking time watching my small little channel and me ramble on. If you do have any questions, I love fellowshipping with you guys, answering any questions down in the comments below. Most importantly, I hope everybody stays safe and has an amazing rest of your week. You take care. Peace.